Hey guys, how's it going? We are back at the toy box. Joe should be here a little bit later in the day. He had some family stuff to go do, which, you know, I have no problem with. So we're going to start the day out right. And we're going to make an orange beer. Because, you know, if you add orange juice to it, it's a breakfast drink, so it don't count. There we go. So while I'm waiting for Joe to get here, you got a little bit of grinding I need to do on the firewall. And you take this bracket off, a little bit of grinding there, a little bit of grinding there yet. And then I have a few spots to clean up a little bit of old seam sealer. So, let me get in here a little bit. Oh, mercy. So, I am not going to take the factory seam out. We're going to keep it there. What I am going for a look is just a factory delete heater and AC car. Otherwise, I want the firewall to look pretty much factory. It's just kind of the look I'm going for. My brother's doing the same look on his Camaro. We don't want to take the car out of the car, or I should say, we don't want to take the street car out of the street car. So with that, I'm going to hit the few places that I need to, and there's a couple of spots in other areas that I need to try and hit. Excuse me, that way when Joe gets here, should be ready for ready for filler to start. So with that, I'm just going to go ahead and jump into it. Damn flies. Here we go. Put a little tunage in. Oh my God. It ain't one thing, it's another. I don't want to be throwing sparks that way.
it's okay.
Just didn't quite like some of these spots. That low spot there will be taken care of. Those will be taken care of. That should be alright. It's raining here in Norfolk.
The same. You like to come so Monday. Play it safe, some will say. There's gotta be a better way. Time to turn things around. Better feel it.
Okay, we're back. I stopped for lunch. Get this off. And then we'll see about starting to scuff on some stuff.
Up and down. Keep doing what you always done. Keep getting.
There it is. Now, Joe said to just run some 80 grit lightly over this. To give the filler something to grab onto. I'd use my DA, but it's kind of defeating the purpose of all these little holes and everything here.
And what you always got. It's time for a change. Be better, but not the same. Stand out from the crowd. Say shit not allowed. Better to try than not at all. Even the greatest sometimes fall. Could be hard and that's a fact. You never know unless you act. Life's short, don't forget. Get to the end without regret. Choose not to make the change. The same shit is different.
Okay, so we're going to get you a little bit closer here. Joe told me, strict orders. Just scuff. Don't sand through. So, haven't sanded there, sanded there. Whole passenger side's all sanded down. Or I should say whole driver's side sanded down. Firewall is scuffed and ready to go. Now the reason I did just the driver's side and half the roof is because we're gonna do filler on firewall, passenger side, half the roof, trunk lid. Now the reason that is because we have more room here to work than we have over there to work. So when we get done on the driver's side, we'll push the car out, flip it around, push it back in so that then the passenger side is towards the center of the shop here. So yeah, like I said, the whole driver's side is scuffed. I think it's ready for filler. We'll see what Joe says. He's the actual body guy, so we go by what he says. So, yep, that's where we are right now.
Keep doing what you always done.
I kind of like to do little batches when I can. So I'll probably green mud it like this. this and sand that out and get regular filler going on before I do the other side.
Yeah, I figured.
So I can pick each spot or whatever. Yeah, I bet it was fucking warm in here.
It was beautiful until that last rain came through.
Oh, I bet.
Holy shit. Like I said, I got done and I was like fucking dripping with sweat. I'm like, Joe ain't gonna like this.
Keep getting what you always got. Inside.
Ouch. Ripped my fucking fingernail.
Did you just rough up this side of the car then? Good, we'll leave the other side alone.
Well, that's what I
Turn it
figured.
around.
That's what I figured.
I'm gonna do I'll wind up working the whole roof.
Damn, that hurt.
What? Stub your finger?
Oh, I was getting that spot up here where that seam sealer was, and I caught the edge of that frickin' hole with my fingernail.
Oh, that'll.
I'm for a change. Be better, but not the same.
The idea is, Tim, you kind of cover some shit like that, yep. And then when you mud a spot, so like come in and run a piece of tape here, down here, and a piece of tape here, and then run across that crown,
Just on the top of here,
around
to the bottom edge.
the top of it here. And the idea is then once you spread all your filler, then you pull that tape and sand, and then you have to put more on when you go to do more filler. But that way you're just kind of hand sanding a little bit. This is kind of buried by the fender. I don't think I'm going to worry about tapping this up. We'll just kind of work the filler. I don't
So,
see-
do I go more hole?
Nope, just next to where you're going to be filling.
Like right in here?
Yep, because you're not,
There.
you're going to be filling, you're going to fill from here out. We're probably going to do this little spot first.
But I mean, we're not gonna fill here.
Nope, nope, you're just going to spot fill.
Yep, yep.
So we'll put a little green mud here. If there's a little extra, we'll swipe a little here, but you should be able to keep it off of there. A little extra, we'll swipe a little here, but we'll leave these divots, I think.
Yeah.
Swipe a little there, swipe a little there. So then, like, I scuffed this really good, but I'll come through with the wire brush, just real low speed, right over my weld.
Stand out from the crowd.
Blow it off, fuck it up, blow it off again. So I just kind of. Make sure there's nothing we don't like. Know what I mean? What's down here? You just sanded some shit or what? You didn't do any welding or anything there, did you?
No. Bad.
We'll just start on some shit over here, Timmy, and work our way towards that shit that we messing with. I'm gonna be limited on what I can do on the curb rail. I can only make it so nice.
We can only do what we can do.
Cause like, there's dimples from spot welding this, but I think once you seam seal, like there's a little bit of well, I thought about it.
Same shit, not allowed.
My whole idea with this is that way if we do screw something out, a small spot can straighten it out.
Yeah. Bring everybody over here.
Let's try not to break the only paint stick I got.
I probably got some at home.
I need some tomorrow.
I'll go down to the basement tonight and look for them.
This is where everybody fucks up. You gotta kind of stir this shit. You can't just start scraping off the top.
Well, yeah, over time it all separates.
Well, then you get to the bottom, and the bottom of the green mud's chunky. That's because all this resin, technically.
Now this is that fiberglass based.
Yep, so short strand fiberglass filler. So it's high build waterproof body filler. The reason you want that is in case there's a couple pinholes, which I know there is
Oh yeah.
in our welds. This will lock it in and hold moisture from the regular filler. You don't want to try to fill anything excessive. We're not filling holes.
No.
We're making sure.
And this is probably something you don't want to spread over the whole car either.
No. Well, you wouldn't want to sand it for one.
Yeah. You just want to go over the welds.
Welds and anything that's going to be deeper than what you can do in about 2 coats of filler. This is designed to be able to go a little thicker. Now, saying that, you can't put this shit in there 1/2 inch thick. Well, you can, but your metalwork needs to at least be close. So now I got it kind of stirred up. We're gonna start. I'm probably gonna do them two spots. I got prepped, and then we'll do your firewall spots.
That's fine.
That way you kind of can see what I want you to do. I like to use a used spreader because you're going over welds, so what's going to happen is anything rough is going to rough up your spreader, and then when you go to spread regular filler, your spreader's got
Notches.
little
and shit in
jagged
it.
chunks and shit missing. So you can, I don't think it's recommended by the filler manufacturers, but you can take fiberglass resin and put it in here and it makes it easier to spread. I don't like to use that until I start getting into the can where it seems like it's getting a little thicker.
A little drier.
Yep. The other thing is, and it'll probably do it to me because I'm telling you not to, you don't want liquid in here. So when you're first going to use it, push most of the air out and then knead the hardener, because the liquid gets in there and it'll mess up how quickly it kicks over. There's technical terminology on how much hardener you're supposed to put in. I generally just do a nice little bead across what I'm doing, and that tends to be pretty close. That being said, it's humid, so this shit might kick over faster. But I normally want those on, but I forgot. So you want to make sure you get this kneaded really well. And if you have any of this that doesn't have hardener with it, guess what?
Yeah, it ain't gonna harden.
They don't get hard. Then what happens? You got an unhardened chunk of it that you got to scrape out, and then you got to hope that it was just that one spot, or you got to strip it and start over.
So let's turn this can here a little bit. So, let me get you out of here. We can get you in there a little bit better that way. This is what we're using. That's what it looks like when it's all mixed up.
Hopefully it's not gonna. We'll find out. I don't like wearing that shit. Most important part, push it into your welds to start. And then come back. Flinging the shit. This is where we cut that roof. That's the seam.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what we're doing with this. Is the seam. So push it into your welds. Now, this is going to be a little different because from the factory, this was just seam sealed. We're going to seam seal from here down. We're going to make the seam go away up here. And you want to kind of put it on there a little thick and then come back and take some of it off. Filler, right? What are we trying to do? Fill. You can see right where that seam was,
Yeah.
like when you spread it. I'm sure there's going to be
So
plenty
you
of
want to
people.
spread it. You want to spread it smooth, but you don't want to see that seam.
Yeah, you don't want to take so much off that there's nothing there to work with. But you don't want to have to sand more than you have to, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's why I like to have gloves on.
Yeah, because the way we cut it, you're gonna need to have some. Use your fingers to put shit in there anyway. So.
So we'll see if the shit stays wet enough that I can get a little bit on your patches, Timmy. There you go. Give it a shot. If it starts to act like it's ticking over, stop. You know what it looks like. It's kind of chunky. Right?
Yep.
Push it into the welds and then put enough on there that you think you're going to bridge that a little bit, you know what I mean? Because if you're already, like, when you're smearing that, you're already seeing welds, probably not thick enough, right?
Yeah.
Just remember, the more you goober it up, the harder it is to sand.
Mm-hmm.
harder than the guy thinks. There you go. There, that's how I would do it. Don't forget your other 2 welds.
You're one there, you're one there.
You might have took a little too much off right there. Here's your angle. So come back in from the bottom so you can kind of see what you're doing. Otherwise your hand is blinding you. There's a spot weld right there we're going to grab just because it's easier to finish. Kind of like you might blend into some of this spot just a little bit. Okay. Here, right over here. You got this shit ready, right?
Yeah.
Still got the filler.
I didn't hit it with that freaking brush.
That's fine. It looks pretty good rough, right?
Do we want that tape pulled off of there now, or?
Sure. Just starting to kick over.
And are we gonna have to do more than one coat of the green, or?
It just kind of depends on the area. Normally, no.
I kind of figured it was kind of one coat as long as everything looked
If
decent.
you got a problem area and you're trying to make it build a little bit, sometimes you got.
Yeah.
We'll still have to green mud that. Well, at least it's got some on. I
Yeah.
mean, we didn't waste a bunch, right? So.
Yeah.
Nice thing about them sheets is, you throw the sheet away, you just clean the spreader off.
Yeah.
Well, we kind of just jumped into it. Oh, hey, what's going on?
Yeah.
I come into the garage to do this wet before. Now, I like to keep an eye on it, because I like to sand this before it's all the way set up. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because it sands a little easier. It plugs paper, but it sands easier. You're all geared up, eh?
Yeah. We'll see how well it stays.
These are yours. I just take them and wipe them on my shirt. Some people are going to say, oh, what are you going to do? Well, they're not here, so you want 80. The name of the game when you're sanding this shit, it's the biggest, flattest block that'll fit where you're trying to do it. So, sometimes you're breaking down little pieces of paint stick, whatever fits. So we're just testing it. It's still way too soft. Which is good. Because then I like to just like kind of knock down the eye and then let it set up.
Mm-hmm.
Getting closer. Because you gotta be careful because you can tear it if it's too soon. But like this block will probably be your friend for here.
Mm-hmm. And probably that one there.
Yeah. But this, you might want to pull these screws to make it easier. You know what I mean? Yeah, pull that one. But like here, they're not going to be a good sand block if it's there. I would kind of come in maybe with this, or maybe cut down a paint stick or something. The sand. Because there's no block that's going to fit there.
That one there will probably go good for over on either one of them two.
And that's going to be kind of interesting because to keep this rid, which we want, so we just kind of it's going to have a little bit of dish here from it.
Yeah.
That's fine. You just kind of blend it around.
Well, as long as everything looks like it's supposed to be.
Well, the whole idea is to make it look like it was just stamped that way.
Yep.
And you do a lot more shaping when you get into regular mud. The idea to your green mud is you want it to be just a little bit low. That's why it's good that you're going to learn on it, because people tend to sand too far when they're first figuring this shit out. So, a little bit low, that way when you put your regular filler on, you're not hitting the green filler. Because generally what you do is, when you hit metal when you're sanding or green filler, you have to stop and you have to apply more filler.
Yeah, because that shows where your high and low is then, right?
Yep. That's kind of your surface plane or whatever you want to call it. You got a weld up here. Huh? I don't remember. I don't know. Must have. We'll have to put a little there.
Yeah.
Oh look, I smeared shit all over it.
Let's get this back on here now.
Looking good.
So Joe says you want it just a little bit sticky
Well, then you can.
because it shapes better, but it plugs paper up faster. So
I didn't have to buy the paper, so
yeah,
fuck it. But still pretty green. Back in the day, before me, this is where they used cheese grater at about this stage.
I had heard about that. Yeah.
And all I want to do is knock down the major bolt of it. See how it plugs paper?
Mm-hmm.
It's still green. I mean, it's green mud, but it's still,
Still kind of wet.
yeah, it technically ain't ready to be sanded.
If we gotta wait longer, we gotta wait longer.
No, I like to shape it. The stuff sands off so much easier. When it's not. You know, it's like that fast set drywall mud
Yeah.
where you like have to sand it before it's set up or you're never gonna sand it.
Yeah.
Same concept. Once this shit's hard,
You ain't cutting through
it's
it.
fucking hard. So, a couple little lows. Right?
Mm-hmm.
But, see how much you can see it, but like, that's the edge of the weld. So you don't want to go any further.
No.
This is where you're hitting metal, so you don't really want to go any further. So, you're pretty much as far as you can go. You're adding more filler. But this little bit of minor shit, regular filler will take care of that. No problem.
And then you probably really don't need to worry about that body line a whole lot until you get to the regular filler.
Yeah, I mean,
I mean, you got to get something there, but
all right, so perfect example. There's metal. So you gotta stop, right? Mm-hmm. But that's on this crown. So we're trying to bring this crown in. So you can see where that's still green.
Yeah.
It's still not set up. And we might have to, I might have to let this back here finish setting up before I can fine tune it, but none of this is thick. There's a little bit of a dip here, but
Yeah, but there was quite a bit of dip there to begin with.
well, let's face it. There wasn't supposed to be,
No.
there was a lead seam there,
Yeah.
and they just kind of got them close and away they went. A lot of times you get that kind of scum off the top.
Yeah, I've noticed that you get that scum off the top and it's a lot drier.
A lot drier, it sands better.
So there it is again. You can see filler, metal. So that was your low spot.
There's a little low, but there's a weld right across there, so
Yep.
kind of to be expected. This, in order to get this right, at some point we'll have to fit the trim to make sure that this radius don't need
Yeah.
more or less filler. Not bad.
No.
So then you'll come in and you'll just rough up where
The low spots are
those low spots were so that your
regular filler grab.
regular filler grabs. And then you let that dry, and then I'll come over it by hand real quick and give it the last. And all this is right here is where we cut the roof.
Yeah.
So this is all one piece originally, but we cut it to take it off to fix the
Inner structure and that. Well, let's see if I'm any good at this shit.
What you learn is there's a lot of feel, Tim. The part that might help you out though is that's kind of art, right? So you're watching, in my opinion, you're watching what everything's doing. So you look at that spot and you go, okay, it's supposed to be shaped like this.
Yeah.
And all you're trying to achieve is that shape. And Tim gets to learn on the firewall because it's extremely awkward and sucks.
Yeah, it's less noticeable if I fuck up.
So then if you hit weld or whatever, you have to decide, do we need to take a little bit of weld off? Or is that where we stop? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You know how it's kind of setting up as you go?
Yeah.
Part
It
of
was
part.
really sticky to begin with.
Yep, you get that little bit of skin off the top. And you get into that shit, it's a little harder to sand. Does it suck as much as you thought it would?
No.
Okay, good. It's really not that bad. You gotta be in the mindset that it takes as long as it takes.
Yeah.
Right? Like it's kind of like when we were fucking welding shit up.
I thought it was gonna be worse than this, but
It's kind of like your welds, right? You got to make sure it's knocked down enough to where what you put over the top of it, you're not going to peek through to it. Right? And then you're looking for the boogers of shit that hang off the fucking sides, because now's the time to sand them down too.
yep.
Where are you moving on to?
Over here.
Alright, so I'm going to show you a cheat. Because we're just filling the major shit, right?
Yeah.
When in doubt, get the power tools out. I'm not going to tell you to sand regular mud with this. But I would take DA shape.
I'd like to change if that's okay.
Remask your shit off. Maybe get right at that edge.
Okay.
So that way you're not leaving a hard line. Or any.
Yep.
Basically, we're going to get green mud to your firewall done, green mud to the roof done. Then we'll switch regular mud on all of it. Fairly deep into regular mud tomorrow. Then we'll prime the roof and the firewall. And once those are in primer, then we'll start on that. I'll put door seal on that. Driver's door will fit that fender. Final fit that fender, hammer dolly, whatever needs hammer dolly. Green mud all the welds on the driver's side. Regular filler the right driver's side. Shoot polyester primer on the driver's side. Turn the fucking car around. Stay motivated, you can really get quite a bit done.
Yeah.
The hard part is, it's a whole lot easier if you got somebody with you. Otherwise, the hard part is
Stay motivated.
Tim went over this before, but the whole idea is to just make it look like the firewall was stamped without these holes. So, come out, come in further, past your roll. That way, in, yeah. So the whole goal is, if this firewall would have been made without these holes in it, it would have looked like this. Now, some people are going to say, oh, you should completely smooth it, and you should have cut the firewall out and welded the panel in and whatever. That's just personally not our style. I don't mind those. I kind of like to trick people. So I kind of want to make it look like, could this have been that way? Instead of, oh, they cut that firewall out. I want, did they do something here? Yeah. Because this will all just be semi-gloss black. Why? Because it's easy to clean, and when you bump it pulling an engine out or something, if we decide to grenade a motor down the years or something like that, you can touch it up easier. We could just scuff the firewall and reshoot it, and nobody will ever know anything different. So, at the end of the day, we're trying to build a normal car for a normal person. It'll be a really nice car, absolutely. We're building a $350,000 show car? Nope. But I bet it'll hang with all the guys that got $100,000 in their car with them.
Oh yeah. And I've been to a few car shows. We were just at one in Battle Creek, and there were some guys that said they had some pretty good money in stuff. It looked good. It looked real good. But do I think that it was worth all that money? Personally, no.
That's exactly what you wanted. It's worth it. But
Yep. It's all in the eyes of the beholder. And if you're paying the bill and you feel like you got what you wanted, it was worth it. Because it's real easy to go to shows and be like, that wasn't worth that kind of money. One, most of the time you don't know what they started with. And two, you don't know what their thoughts were.
well,
I know there's a lot of people out there that'll be like, God, why are you putting that much time and money in a 4th gen Nova? Because
it's your fortune.
it's my car, for one. For two, it was my high school car. For three, it's the car that gave me my nickname. It's got sentimental value. Yeah. So I could care less if somebody thinks I'm putting more than what needs to be in it. Because when you're doing a car, when you're rebuilding one like this, you need to keep in your head that you're never going to get what you have in it, no matter what. So you're building it for what you want. Don't worry about what other people think.
Oh, that one went well.
Each day to the same. You like the cups on my day. It's gotta be a better way. Time to turn things around. Better feel it up and down. Life's short, don't forget.
Now this is what's fun to me when it comes to filler, is you take where it was patched in, and when you're done, you can't tell.
Yeah.
Like that's the fun part to me. Like when I get all done with each panel, my goal is you can't tell I was there.
Yeah.
That's the cool part to me. Some people don't enjoy that. I do. Blow it off, wipe it off, tape it off. Now your next round of taping it off is just cover the seam. So you're not onto this, you're just covering so shit don't get down in that seam. See what I'm saying? We probably won't even cover this one. We'll just watch it when we spread it. Over there we'll put a little bit of tape right up here so that we don't lip a bunch of shit in.
Now we seam seal just before paint, right? Or is that before
Yeah,
primer?
after your final primer, you seam seal normally. I haven't seam sealed anything on the Camaro yet.
Okay, Joe says that regular mud is a little different than green mud, so we'll go ahead and get that on here.
So I prefer Rage Gold. You can use whatever you want, but I think you buy like 3M has their, I think it's like Platinum or something like that. It's a good product also, but I just like Evercoat's products. It's expensive. This is like somewhere around $100, $110 a gallon, but a good product is a good product. So this is what I used on my Camaro and I liked it. We're going to use it on a Nova.
Yeah. Said Camaro.
I've used a lot of different products over the years. I like how it sands. I like how it fills. It's a good product.
So there it is. There's the part number.
Hey, look, it tells you how to mix it.
Look at that.
I like these mixing boards. You can use a piece of steel, piece of aluminum, quarter glass out of a car, whatever. Just don't use cardboard. A bunch of people use cardboard and you get the fibers off the cardboard into your filler. And that's not good. That's how you get pinholes and imperfections in your filler. So you kind of want to fold it. You get the air out. I like to mix it. Get my hardener in it. And then come back and get the air out of it. That's that.
Yep, I just want to put them back in the stand so I can try and get a little bit closer to. Come here.
You go past where you're going. It's a thin coat. You're just fine tuning basically what you did in your green filler. The nicer you spread it, the easier it's going to sand. Go to the A-pillar. This stuff's all pretty close in green, bud. It don't need a whole lot of anything. To be honest with you, this front one, I probably could have primed it and it would have come out. That's that.